Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan. This road trip for the Magic kicking things off here in this one. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
You know, it's been a struggle on the road for this team, and they're beginning another road.
Harkless is checked in for Channing Frye. Here's Peyton, right now averaging 5 points a game.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
So on the floor for Orlando, Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. And it's Peyton in at the 1 spot. Captain Clutch, he's tracking. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. Captain Clutch was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. That may be a strategy that comes as a little bit of a surprise, but Coach is showing a lot of confidence in his ability to produce an outstanding effort today. So a very quick reaction to a shaky start as Coach makes some early adjustments. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. And it's blocked by Adams. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Magic. And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players, and they liked it.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's a collaborative style. And really a credit to Scott Brooks that he's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. You know, engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders, too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
Finds himself wide open and drills it.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
The Thunder leading by 15. And here we go. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am. Well, what an incredible journey it's been for Serge Ibaka. Growing up in the Congo during a terrible civil war, tragic.
Need more than that, son.
Doing what I can, Coach.
To go from that to where he is now.
For Perkins. Morrow comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Jackson. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Channing Frye's checked in for Vucevic. Fournier comes in for Harris. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Ben Gordon. And it's Captain Clutch in for Luke Ridden. And outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Morrow. And it's Adams in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. He doesn't get the second one. And Ibaka planned as a youth to escape the Congo and find a way to provide for his family.
Well, and it's a big family, too. He's the third youngest. It's 18 brothers and sisters. Pretty incredible. Now he's not just helping them, but he's making a huge difference for thousands of people throughout Africa, supporting orphanages, hospitals, schools. I mean, what great work Ibaka is doing.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Westbrook passes to Ibaka. Durant drawing the double team. Ibaka dishes to Durant. Off target with his 3. The Magic trail by 15. Here's Captain Clutch. We saw him with 10 points last game, and he gets it to go. Westbrook with it. There's the screen. Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. Kicks it to Durant. To the wing on the left. The 17-footer. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Durant. 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
Had so much space there. The defense really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Captain Clutch.
That is a tough layup with a guy right on him. Good defense, but better offense.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. To the inside. It's intercepted. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And another hit. Shot made once more from Captain Clutch.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
From the arc. They get it again.
All game long, guys, he's been getting it done. Really doing a nice job rebounding.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, they've had a major advantage on the glass, dominating that stat.
Adams dishes to Westbrook. Adams, the pass to Durant. For three, Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Memphis.
And you know what was most impressive? They've wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And he sinks the second. Here's Captain Clutch. 10 points for him. He feeds it to Fournier. Pass to Captain Clutch. There is a screen on Westbrook. Here's Brunson. And that's not going to go. And that does it for the first half of play. It's the Thunder. They lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, you obviously found your rhythm offensively. Tell us how you've gotten into that groove.
Well, I'm just playing off my teammates. They're doing a great job of penetrating and kicking. And I'm not trying to force anything. I'm playing my game with an offense, and shots are starting to fall for me.
Kevin, thank you so much. Always a humble superstar, guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the...
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. One thing that could turn this game around would be for our three-point shots to start falling.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Kevin Durant has been getting it done. 13 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
He's changing it up here. .15 seconds left to play in the third. So on the floor for Orlando, Mo Harkless and Tobias Harris, the forwards. Ridnour out there with Captain Clutch, and it's Fry in at the center position.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
Reggie Jackson. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Captain Clutch. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits at...
Tune in this Wednesday night, February 4th. Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. It's the real deal.
And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
The Thunder leading by 18. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, Reggie Jackson out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Collison in at the power forward position.
Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
The dish to Fry. Down low. The shot's good from Captain Clutch.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Thunder shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Jackson drives in. And that one's good. And the Thunder lead by 20.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Captain Clutch passes to Vucevic. To the left side wing. Brunson. Offline with his three.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Magic shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Vucevic is screen on Jackson. Here's Brunson. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Captain Clutch has got 4 points in the quarter.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
Jackson kicks to Adams. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Here's Morrow. And he banks in the layup.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
There's the pick. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Check out the game for Captain Clutch. He's got 14 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Thunder?
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Russell Westbrook, and Russell, obviously the fans were loving this win here tonight. What was your mindset coming into this particular matchup?
Just trying to come out and play our game. You know, we're a good team, especially at home, and did a good job of playing team ball tonight.
The fans were delighted, Russell. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
UGLY. Man, ugly doesn't even begin to describe what happened out there.
What would you call it?
Sorry, pathetic, garbage, embarrassing.
Just gotta let it go. Get back at it tomorrow. Study some film, see what we did wrong. Hit the weight room, get some treatment. Make up for it next time out.
Good idea. The quicker we get back out there, the quicker we can leave this nightmare behind us. Let's hit it.
I've been rapping for about 17 years, okay? I don't write my stuff anymore. I just kick it from my head, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. No disrespect, but that's how I am.
Oh, say does that song.
It's home to the Alamo and the Spurs, San Antonio, Texas, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the AT&T Center. For the Magic, this is the last game before heading back to Florida and Orlando. This is checked in for Channing Frye. Orlando leading.
What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
On the court for Orlando, Mo Harkless and Tobias Harris the forwards. Payton at the 1 with Oladipo by his side at the 2. And it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Orlando.
Over these last 10 games on the Magic schedule, this is how they stack up right here. 6th in blocks, 10th in fewest turnovers per game. And they're in the top half of the league when it comes to limiting opponents' offense as well.
And this is a team that really relies on those blocks that you talked about, Clark, because when they're at their best, they're really challenging every shot. They cover up, they close out on jump shooters, and if you penetrate and get to the rim, they've got a host of shot blockers there waiting for you.
From deep, it's hauled in by Dia.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
He used that pick to get in close. Mills has got his first basket of the night.
Nice work by Duncan to lay into that defender.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I asked what part of their offensive scheme he feels most confident in today, and he said it's probably the depth of perimeter shooting talent that they've got. He said our guys can flat out shoot it, and you're going to see it today. Gentlemen?
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I definitely can appreciate their approach with the 3-ball.
6 to shoot. Outside, Bellinelli, and he gets the bucket. Of course, with the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, they drafted perhaps one of the best power forwards of all time in Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he's a part of why they haven't missed the playoffs since, but the organization has run really well from top to bottom, and they deserve nothing but the success they've had since their inception because of that.
Here is Bonner. Vucevic defending. Now Bellinelli. 9 points last game. Bonner kicks to Green. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Brunson. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Captain Clutch has got his first basket. 29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, you got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season, shooting better than 90% from the stripe.
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
Here's Captain Clutch. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Three-pointer. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Boy, ends the quarter with a dead-eye three as the buzzer sounds.
They had that set up, I think, Steve, and he timed it perfectly.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Clippers.
Vucevic. Brunson.
1:06 left now here in the second. The Magic trail by 5. Here's Brunson. Here's Vucevic. And he dunks it down. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Joseph, the pass to Green. Anderson, a screen on Gordon. Clock at 6. Green kicks to Joseph. No good on the three. The Magic have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Kicks it out to Gordon. Back to Harris. Here's Captain Clutch. He's got 5. Green with the rebound.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Here's Captain Clutch, averaging 12 points a game. From deep three-point range. Oh, he knocks it in, a beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. It's San Antonio leading by just 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tim, in looking at that first half, what sort of adjustments are necessary as you guys prepare to take the floor after the break?
Just refocus of energy at halftime, come out a little more focused and understanding what we got to do to finish this game.
Tim, we appreciate the time as always. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. For the most part, we played.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Diao. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Patty Mills. Then for the Magic, Harkless is checked in for Fry. Gordon comes in for Victor Oladipo. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Peyton. So on the floor for Orlando, Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Ben Gordon out there, Luke Ridnour. In at the 3, Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Luke Ridnour. Here's Captain Clutch. He's got 8. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Gordon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Over to the left wing. Here is Bonner, guarded by Harris. 5 to shoot. And Bellinelli kicks to Duncan. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
6 seconds left in the third. 2 on the clock. That is good.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Here's Brunson. Can't get it to go. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. It hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
Magic leading by 10. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for San Antonio, Corey Joseph is out there with Green. Then there's Bellinelli. Then it's Matt Bonner. And it's Duncan in at the 5. And Joseph kicks to Bellinelli. They set the pick. They kick it out to Green. And he's good on the 3-ball. Green's got it back down to single digits for the Spurs.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Spurs shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Harris outside. Brunson kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Captain Clutch. Expanding his range. Green with the rebound. Spurs trail by 7. Pass to Duncan. He kicks it to Joseph. Here's the 3. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Duncan's got 3 assists now in this one.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
And the basket by Gordon.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Timeout Spurs.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Matt Bonner. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Joseph. Orlando also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Tobias Hill. He's checked in for San Antonio. Green comes in for Patty Mills. Orlando also making some changes. Harris comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Captain Clutch in for Peyton. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. Mills, he's checked in for Bellinelli. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead. A different look now for San Antonio. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Duncan. Anderson comes in for Leonard. And it's Bellinelli in for Daniel Green. Orlando also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fournier comes in for Tobias Harris. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Victor Oladipo.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point land here in the fourth quarter.
You called that one right, causing some serious harm from long range.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Seems like he's gotten every single rebound today.
Glass eating at its finest. I mean, you're not going to see a guy with 20-plus boards too often. That's an impressive number. You can't be happy about it, but honestly, at this point, the game's probably out of reach anyway.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. From half court, misses the shot. And so it's Orlando winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys have the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Head up, dog. We won, remember?
No thanks to me.
More like in spite of you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means you couldn't hit water falling out of a boat tonight. Relax, man. Everybody in this league has an off night. Can't let it get to you. Question is, what are you gonna do about it? Work harder or pout like a punk pointing fingers?
I'm gonna work harder. Shoot, I'm gonna be a half hour early to the next shoot around, man.
That's it. Now let's go celebrate tonight's W.
All right.
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're gonna release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm gonna make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, the contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?
We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Doris.
It's go time.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Jeremy Lin comes in for Steve Nash. Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite clear. The way the Lakers had hoped or wanted to.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, Lin and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Davis is out there with Hill, and it's Johnson in at the 3. And it's Captain Clutch in for Orlando. And a bit of good news for this young man. He was offered another 10-day contract by the team as they want to get an extended look at it.
And, you know, just the fact that they want to see more of him really is a good indication that he's doing the right thing. I think he's on the right track and trying to maintain his momentum.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. Captain Clutch was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Clutch wants to get him involved early so he can establish a strong presence at that end of the floor and provide them with a well-balanced offensive attack. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And when you look at the Lakers, they say that second-generation businesses have a high failure rate. Only time will tell if they can continue the remarkable winning streak this team has enjoyed through the years.
The jumper from the free throw line is good. Captain Clutch has got his second bucket of the game to go. Lakers trail by 11. Out to Kobe. Puts up a 3. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. 10 points for Kobe Bryant.
And, you know, for the Lakers with the harder cap, they can't outspend like they used to. With the internet, players like Durant don't need to be in a big market to get exposure like it was in days past. So the Lakers will need to outsmart other teams to continue their success.
Lin's shot is off. Orlando leading by 8. Here's Brunson. Buries it down low. Captain Clutch has got 6.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far. Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And the shot is good.
They're setting the tone early here, Kevin.
51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Outside Bryant, and Lin now top the key. In low to Davis, and the layup falls. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Gordon Sheffield for Orlando. The Lakers also making some changes. Randall's check for Hill. Ryan Kelly comes in for Ed Davis. And it's Henry in for Bryant. Captain Clutch passes to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. Brunson and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
It's his first trip to the line. No good on the second free throw. Lakers trail by 9. Here's Henry. Shot is off. Here's Harkless. Here's Captain Clutch. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
Coming up Sunday, February 8th, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic. You don't want to miss it.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Magic.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And they're getting good balance offensively, too, because they're starting to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Tobias Harris is checked in for Fry. Fournier comes in for Maurice Harkless. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Ben Gordon. And it's Payton in for Luke Ridenour. Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Captain Clutch is out there with Payton, and it's Fournier in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And he gets it to go. 14 points for Kobe Bryant.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Banked in off the glass. And that's 13 points for Captain Clutch.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Kobe goes in. Johnson outside. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Hill kicks to Lynn. And that one's good. Lynn's got 6.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
15 seconds left in the first half. Payton passes to Captain Clutch. He kicks it to Vucevic. Here's the 3. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Magic. They lead by 18. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Steve Nash. You guys had some difficulties taking care of the basketball. What's going through your mind right now about how this first half has played out?
We're just a little bit sluggish. I think we just need to be a little bit more deliberate. You know, I think we can get good shots if we just slow down a little bit, use our size, and not be in such a rush.
Steve, we appreciate the time. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there. We're in a great spot, and it's because of the defense.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
For the Orlando Magic, they come in.
All right, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Clarkson. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does.
before, like the shooting power forward spot. He really found a niche for himself.
Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Luke Ridnow. The Lakers also with a sub. Lynn's checked in. Feeds to Henry. He dishes it to Lynn. Pulls up on the wing, and it comes off the front of the rim. And Wesley Johnson has always been impressive physically. Great size, terrific length for a wing, quick off the floor.
Yeah, he's got all of those ingredients, but his ball handling has been a bit mediocre, rather pedestrian, and I think that's held him back offensively.
Randall with a screen for Lynn. Tries yet again. Johnson can't hit.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Brunson comes up empty down low. Lakers trail by 20, and even 3-on-3 break. Here's Young. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And Lynn comes to help. Lets it fly. Here's Vucevic. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, 11 rebounds, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And his free throws are only going in at about a 72% rate this season. Not a terrible number, but something that could definitely improve.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or to become alarmed about it.
So he gets them both.
Nikola Vucevic possessing prototype size for the center position. 7 foot tall, has about a 9.5 foot standing reach. Even without great leaping ability, he can play over the top of a lot of opponents.
Magic leading by 18. Here's Captain Clutch. 15 points in the game. Harkless the pass to Captain Clutch. True on the 14-footer. Captain Clutch has got 4 this quarter.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
The Lakers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
One of the better free throw shooting teams in the NBA. They're hitting about 80% from the line this year.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
From deep. Misses. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Magic lead by 18. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
Coming up Monday, February 9th, Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. It's a clash in the Southeast. Big-time hoops coming your way.
And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
Let's see what you got, son.
Lakers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. Channing Frye out there with Harris. And it's Payton in at the 1. That's who's out there for Orlando. Kobe with the bucket.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling.
For the Magic, Vucevic comes in for Harris. And it's Captain Clutch in for Payton. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Young's checked in. Nash comes with the double team. And Oladipo kicks to Harkless. Good ball movement here by the Magic. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Here's Captain Clutch, defended by Nash. Kobe comes with the double team. Just 5 on the clock. Another miss by Orlando.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Vucevic against Nash. Young dishes to Nash. Back to Young from outside the arc. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got his 5th assist in this one.
And that's his 2nd three-pointer of this half. Looks like he's starting to forget about that poor first half he had.
No good from Captain Clutch. Lakers trail by 21. The 15-footer, and it's Bryant missing.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Harkless. Oladipo, the pass to Vucevic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Just an amazing game for Captain Clutch. He's got 17 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
You know, it's such a treat to watch the game for a living. It doesn't stand still. It keeps evolving. And as we see the leadership changing hands, a new commissioner, new owners, I think that process will continue. And hopefully they'll strike that balance between preserving the tradition of the game while also continuing to attract new fans.
And good on the basket. Book it. 12 points for Steve Nash.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
We talk about the new team owners. More than 30%, Clark, of the league's teams have changed hands. I didn't know this since 2010.
I did not either, but again, as franchises grow in value, the owners are getting much more involved. And again, understanding the appreciation potential.
Put it behind you now. Get ready to go.
Were guys that kind of came through the basket.
On the floor for Orlando. The Lakers also making some changes. Randall comes in for Davis, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Kobe. Captain Clutch passes to Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 10-1 run right now. It's Nash with the drive. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Nash. Here's Captain Clutch. That's good.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
The Rook came to play tonight, boy.
Yeah, man, I'm hungry, yo. Feed me the rock, and I'm gonna carry your sorry butt to the finish line.
Easy, young stallion. Ain't nobody gonna carry me nowhere. But keep taking shots in the rhythm of the offense, and we'll be all good. When we're ourselves, it's impossible to be anybody else.
Yeah, man, I hear you. I'm just playing with you anyways. Really, I'm just happy to contribute to the W.
Man, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
If we need you to score like you did tonight, look for your shot. We need you to lock down a fool on D. You do that,
Yeah.
keep thinking like that, and we're going to be tough to beat.
Hey, well, shoot, man. Hey, let's get out of here. I got some celebrating to do.
You know it. And we got a little tradition around here. First time a rookie fills the scoring column in a legit way, he springs for a night out with the boys. Wash up and make sure you got some cash in that wallet.
Why haven't I heard about this until now?
Because all rookies are on a need-to-know basis. You had a big night, now you need to know.
Hi, man.
Another one of them flip mode joints. Bust the vibes, yeah. Word mother, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Just sing to the left, sing to the right.